Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Teaching Learning with Purnima once again. And today I will help you understand the poem Wind by Dr. Subramanya Bharati. Subramanya Bharati is a Tamil poet and journalist who is better known for composing revolutionary poems with patriotic themes, which were written in pre-independence era. The poem was originally composed in Tamil language. It was later translated into English by A.K. Ramanujan, a Kannada and English poet. Before we begin, let me tell you some important facts about the poem. The entire poem is an extended metaphor for life. It means in the whole poem, wind is used as the metaphor for hardships, difficulties, or challenges of life. The poem is composed as a monologue, a dialogue spoken by a single person. It is a sort of direct talk of the poet to the wind. The poem is set in the backdrop of pre-independence era. In the time before India got independence, it was composed to arouse, to provoke patriotic emotions, Deshbhakti ki bhavna, in the hearts of freedom fighters during Indian freedom struggle. Poet wanted to tell the freedom fighters that they should keep the fire of patriotism burning in their hearts. The tone of the poem is didactic because it teaches an important lesson of life. It is philosophical because it describes the philosophy, the truth of life, that difficulties make us stronger. First of all, let me explain you the poem line by line so that you can have a better understanding of the poem. In the beginning, poet talks to the wind. Wind is presented as a person. Wind is personified. Wind is presented as God. And poet talks to the wind directly. And this is also known as apostrophe. It means poet is addressing wind. Poet wants to request wind to come softly. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Poet requests wind to come softly because he likes gentle winds. Everybody likes soft winds. We feel good, but we feel scared when wind blows very harsh, very fast, because we are scared that it will create destruction. And same the poet feels. Poet feels that wind will create destruction. That is why poet requests wind to come softly. Poet requests wind not to break the shutters of windows. Poet wind से कह रहे हैं कि विंडो के शटर्स मत तोड़ो. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Shelf से books को नीचे मत गिराओ. All these things, they suggest that wind creates destruction. That is why poet asks the wind not to do all these destructive activities. But what happens? Wind does not listen. So, in the beginning of the poem, tone is little soft. Poet wants to request wind to do certain things. But when wind does not listen, poet gets little annoyed and he feels disturbed, somewhat angry also. That is why his tone changes. And now he is little angry, he is little annoyed, and he is asking wind to see what you have done. You have done all the things which I ask you not to do. You threw the books down. Them means books. You tore the pages of the books. Books ke page fat gaye. You brought rain again. After strong winds, we always have rains. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. You destroy weak things and later on you make fun of. Poking means making fun. Wind does not care how the weak things and weak people feel. How weak things, weak trees feel when they are destroyed. And that is why poet says that you are so clever at making fun of weak things. Frail, crumbling houses. Frail means weak. Frail means weak, जो कमज़ोर है. Crumbling houses. Crumbling means breaking. The houses which break due to storm, due to stormy winds. Crumbling doors, breaking doors. Weak. Here it means weak. Weak doors. Crumbling rafters. Rafter means beams. They are the supporting pillars to make the ceiling strong. Ceiling को strong रखने के लिए beams लगाए जाते हैं. And if the beams are weak, the ceiling, the house also will be weak. It will break. Crumbling wood. Wood means trees. Crumbling, weak trees. Trees also, they fall after the stormy winds. Crumbling bodies. Bodies means people. People. People are also weak. Crumbling lives. Lives means our lives. Here again, poet becomes little metaphoric. Here, three aspects of human beings are highlighted: people's bodies, their lives, and their hearts. When poet talks about houses, doors, rafters, and wood, he means to talk about winds. But when poet talks about people, their bodies, their lives, their hearts, here wind is used as the metaphor for difficulties. And poet wants to say that human beings should be strong physically by their bodies. They should be strong in their lives, in all the things they do, in the decisions that they make, and the way they live their life. It means they have to be strong in their actions and their decisions and their thoughts. They should be strong with their hearts, emotionally strong. So people should be physically, mentally, and emotionally or psychologically strong if they really want to face difficulties and hardships in their life and come out as the winner in all the challenges that life gives to them. Now, in later lines, poet's attitude and tone has changed. Now he has got the understanding. Now he knows that it is stupid or it is useless to ask wind to blow softly, because we cannot control nature, we cannot control life, but we can definitely control ourselves. We can do what is in our control. It is useless to ask wind to come softly. It is useless to get angry with the nature. Nature has to be the way it is. But we can definitely change ourselves. We cannot ask nature to be soft, but we can definitely make ourselves stronger and harder in order to make our life better. And same he does. He understands and his tone change. Now the tone of the poem becomes philosophical, and he gives the philosophy of life relating to a process associated with agriculture. खेती से जुड़ी हुई एक process है, that is winnowing. Winnowing. In this picture, we can see the process of winnowing. Two ladies are there. They are having a tool in their hand, which in our language is called soup, and that is separating grains from the husk. After threshing, grain and chaff is together, and in order to separate it, we do the winnowing process. And the same activity, the same process is done by the wind with the weak people and the strong people. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Wind god winnows means separates weak people, weak things from stronger ones, and crushes the weak things. जो कमज़ोर चीज़ें हैं उनको विंड तोड़ देती है, नष्ट कर देती है, डिस्ट्रॉय कर देती है. सो अपने आप को नष्ट होने से, डिस्ट्रॉय होने से बचाने के लिए वी हैव टू मेक आवर सेल्व्स स्ट्रॉन्ग, बिकॉज ही वोंट डू वॉट यू टेल हिम. ही कौन? विंड. ही इज wind, because wind is personified. The whole poem is an extended metaphor of wind. Wind is presented as a person, as a god. So he won't do, वो नहीं करेंगे what you tell him, जो आप उन्हें कहेंगे. Wind will only do what it is supposed to do. So come, let's build strong homes. अपने घर को मजबूत बनाएं. Let's joint the doors firmly. डोर को घर से जोड़ने के लिए जो जॉइंट्स होते हैं, लेट्स मेक देम स्ट्रॉन्ग. लेट्स जॉइंट अवर डोर्स फर्मली. लेट्स फिक्स देम properly so that the doors are not broken by the wind, by the strong winds. Practice to form the body. To form the body, make our body firm and strong. Make the heart steadfast. सिर्फ बॉडी को ही स्ट्रांग नहीं बनाना है, हार्ट को भी स्ट्रांग बनाना है. स्ट्रांग, steadfast means strong, firm. Do this. Do all these things. Make your houses strong, make your doors strong, make your body strong, make your heart strong. And after this, the wind will be friends with us. Then we don't need to curse winds. We don't need to curse life. We don't need to curse God to give us difficulties, to give us hardships. But instead of cursing, we should make ourselves strong, and then wind will be our friends. How it will be our friends? Because the wind blows out weak fires. Blows out means extinguishes, बुझा देना, खत्म कर देना. Extinguishes weak fire. जो कमज़ोर फायर है उसको विंड बुझा देती है. But he makes strong fires roar. Roar is the sound of lion, and it means fire is compared to lion. They act like lions and they flourish. Flourish means support. किसी चीज़ को और बढ़ाना, support करना. It supports strong fires. Wind कमज़ोर फायर को बुझा देती है, लेकिन strong fires को और ज़्यादा बढ़ाती है और support करती है. It means if we are strong, like strong fires, then wind will definitely support us. If we are weak, it will destroy us. So fire means passion. Here, strong fires are the symbol for passion, for our ambition or aspirations. If the fire is strong enough, wind will definitely support it. Wind cannot extinguish it. In the same way, if the fire of passion is strong enough in our heart, no difficulty can stop us. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा जंगल की आग जो बुझती नहीं है आसानी से, जिसको हवा और ज़्यादा बढ़ा देती है. The same way the fire of passion should be strong enough in our heart. And challenges and adversities cannot stop us from achieving our ambitions. जिस तरह से तेज आंधी के बाद आप लोगों ने पेड़ देखे होंगे रास्ते में गिरे हुए होते हैं, वो कमज़ोर पेड़ होते हैं. और जो स्ट्रॉन्ग पेड़ होते हैं, स्ट्रॉन्ग ट्रीज, दे कीप स्टैंडिंग. वी हैव टू मेक आवर सेल्व्स स्ट्रॉन्ग ट्रीज which do not break, which do not fall even in the adversities. So here poet wants to convey the message that we need to make ourselves stronger if we wish to be friend of God. If we are strong, wind will be our friend, and his friendship is definitely good because it will support our strength. It will make us stronger. It will help us achieve our goals in spite of difficulties and adversities. Since wind is our friend, we must praise wind every day. We must praise God and thank Him to give us challenges and difficulties that helped us grow and make us learn how to face them. I hope you have understood the explanation. The poem is composed in free verse. It means there is no rhyming scheme in the poem. You can see the last words at the end of the lines do not rhyme. Softly, windows, papers, shelf, down. They do not rhyme with one another. Books, again, even the length of the line is not equal. Some lines are short, some are very long, some are going on to the other lines. So, this kind of composition is known as free verse. No stanza pattern is there. It is more of prose. That is why it is known as free verse. Now, let me tell you the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is hardships and challenges and difficulties. They can build a tough character, a strong personality, and they help us develop strong stamina in us. Strong personality can bring revolutionary, important changes in his life as well as society. The message of the poem is that strong people are not affected by the adversities and hardships. They do not give up. Whereas weak minds, weak people get scared of strong winds of adversities. It is advisable to be a friend of wind. Wind is a friend of us because it supports our aspirations, our ambitions. It makes us stronger. It is a symbol of hardships and obstacles. It will help us become strong and achieve our goals. We should keep the fire of passion, our ambitions, our aspirations burning in our heart, and it should be strong enough. It should not be extinguished against the winds of adversities. I hope you have understood the poem. Thank you. Keep watching my channel, keep learning with me. In case you have any doubts, you can write in comment box. Bye bye, all the best.